Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Angie Sims. I'm back with a brand new video. I know I've been out for a while. I had a couple issues going on. I got sick. Feeling better, not 100% as you can tell. But this video, I figured we'll do a thrift store haul. I went to a couple of thrift stores and I got a couple of books from each store that I went to, and I'm so excited to share them with you to show you each book that I got. So, without further ado, let's begin. This first book is called Unwind, written by Neil Shusterman. The Second Civil War was fought over reproductive rights. The chilling resolution: life is inviolable from the moment of conception until age 13. Between the ages of 13 and 18, however, parents can have their child unwound, whereby all of the child's organs are transplanted into different donors, so life doesn't technically end. Connor is too difficult for his parents to control. Risa, a ward of the state, is not talented enough to be kept alive. And Lev is a teeth, a child conceived and raised to be unwound. Together, they may have a chance to escape and to survive. That sounds like it's right up my alley. I love horror books like this. So I can't wait to read this book. I did notice on the first page there's other thrillers to read from this author, so I might maybe keep an eye out for these whenever I go book shopping again. But that is Unwind. Now this book, this is kind of a funny story, but it's The Hidden Magic of Walt Disney World. I saw this on the shelf and I had to get it because I used to work for Disney. My husband and I both used to work for Disney. I was Disney security for about a year in 2017. And I've always seen guests bringing this book in. And I had always said to myself that I wanted to get this book to read it and see if the over 600 secrets in this book are really as accurate based on, what I've experienced. So when I saw this book, and it's in very good condition, as you can tell, I had to get it. As you can see. Font, it's a good decent size. So this one I'll be definitely cherishing. I actually have, and I haven't showed it in my videos, and I probably should one day. My husband actually surprised me and got me the Disney World cookbook, where all of the recipes that Disney has in their parks is in there, including the blue milk from Star Wars, from Galaxy's Edge, green milk, the churros, the beignets, all the way down to the Dole Whip. It's all in there. So maybe one day I'll make a video where I do make one of those recipes happen. We'll see. If you guys want to see a video like that, go ahead and comment below and let me know. And we'll see. This next book is called The Reformed Vampire Support Group by Catherine Jinks. I got it because, I don't know, it looked interesting. It looked like it might be, like a silly book to get into. But here's the synopsis. Contrary to popular opinion, vampires are not sexy, romantic, or powerful. In case you hadn't noticed, vampires are dead. And the only ones who don't get staked, are the ones who avoid attacking people, admit they have a problem, and join a support group. Just ask Nina Harrison, fanged at 15 and still living with her mother. She hasn't aged since 1973. and the highlight of her sickly, couch-bound life is probably her Tuesday night group meeting, which she spends with a miserable bunch of fellow sufferers being lectured at. But then one of the group is mysteriously turned to ashes, and suddenly they're all under threat. That's when Nina decides to prove that every vampire on Earth isn't a weak, pathetic loser, along with her friend Dave, a former punk rocker who could be pretty cute if he weren't such a vampire. She travels way out of her comfort zone to track down the killer. It could be that there's a lot more to being a vampire than Nina realized. So again, something that I definitely know I would like. I like stories on vampires. I like silly stories too at the same time, and stories that, are meaningful. But a couple people reviewed it. They said it was whiplash-inducing suspense writing. So this one would definitely be a good read. On the back here it says a Publishers Weekly Best Book of the Year, a School Library Journal Best Book of the Year, an Amazon Best Book of the Year, a Book Sense Pick, and a New York Public Library book for the teen age. So if you like teen books, like young adult books, this might be a good one to pick up. This next book here is part of a series that I have, and it's the Cirque du Freak series. This one is book 6, The Vampire Prince. So, as you can tell, it's not that long of a book. I apologize for the barking in the background. It's my dog. He's in his crate right now, trying to eat his food, so I apologize for the barking in the background. But yeah, this is book 6. For the series, I currently have book 1, because I just started the series, and then I just happened to find book 6 in the bookstore. So hopefully, the thrift store. Hopefully, when I go back, thrift shopping, I might be able to find books 2 through 5 of the series, and then the rest of the series. Now, for those of you who don't really know about Cirque du Freak, there's also a movie that came out about it. It's basically about a boy who, his parents are very ritzy. They expect him to be a doctor and only a doctor. He can only be a doctor, and he kind of hated his life. And he loves, horror. He loves, freakish things. And he's best friends with this kid. It's basically, on the outside, he seems to be a bad kid that gets into trouble. But on the inside, he is a big, hard, kind kid who's just troubled. And they both come across this circus of a bunch of people who have their own unique deformities, and they're considered freaks, and they're frowned upon. One of them in particular was a man who is a vampire, and basically the boy, his name is Darren, becomes the assistant of this vampire, and he lives out in the circus. But in order for him to become the assistant, you find out in the first book, he gets changed into a vampire and taken away from his old life to start a new one in the circus. So it's really cool. It's got humor, it has romance, it's got a little bit of horror and suspense in it. I highly recommend reading the books and also watching the movie. And yeah, it's a great series to get into. This next book, and gotta grab my and that would be my other dog's voice, I apologize, is Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Page. When I saw that, I was like, okay, I need to have this book. I need to read it. Basically, it's about a girl that is part of this, not really FBI, but it's like this undercover agency, and her mission is to go to Oz. She needs to go find the Scarecrow, take his brain, needs to find the Tin Man, take his heart, find the lion, remove his courage, and she needs to kill Dorothy. So I'll read the synopsis first. I didn't ask for any of this. I didn't ask to be some kind of hero. But when your whole life gets swept up by a tornado, taking you with it, you have no choice but to go along, you know? Sure, I've read the books, I've seen the movies, but I never expected Oz to look like this. A place where good witches can't be trusted, and a wicked witches just might be the good guys. A place where even the yellow brick road is crumbling. What happened? Dorothy. My name is Amy Gum, and I'm the other girl from Kansas. I've been recruited by the Revolutionary Order of the Wicked, and I've been given a mission. Remove the Tin Woodman's heart. Steal the Scarecrow's brain. Take the lion's courage. And then, Dorothy must die. When I had read this synopsis the first time in the thrift store, it reminded me of the Disney books written by, I want to say her last name is Valentino, where you're basically seeing like the point of views of the villains, and then there's also another series of Disney books where one of them is called Cinder, where it's basically like a twist of the actual Disney stories. And this kind of reminded me of that because it's a twist of the Wizard of Oz story. So if you like books like that where they twist the original story into something different and dark, you might like this book. This next book here is called Tempted, and it's part of the Marked One series. I currently have the first 3 books, so when I saw that I had to get it to add it to my collection. The first 3 I have are paperback, so I was kind of like in shock to find this one as a hardcover in the thrift store. But that's that. And the Marked Ones series, it's about vampires, and I do like stories about vampires. So yeah, if you like vampire stories, I highly recommend this one. I also recommend the series Night World. That's another good series to get into if you like vampires. Thirst is another good one. If you have any other book recommendation, guys, don't forget to comment below. I'm interested to see what you guys enjoy reading. Now, this next book I was actually surprised that I found, because this is by a very popular author, and that is Rose Matter by Stephen King, and it was in amazing condition. Here's Stephen King on the back there. I have been wanting this book for a while, and it was funny because when I went to the thrift store, I saw it, I immediately grabbed it like as soon as I could and threw it in my cart. Stephen King is a very great horror author. His son is Joe Hill, who is equally as good. So if you're looking at, different authors who write horror, and you want to start reading, from different authors, definitely I would highly recommend Stephen King. He's also the one who wrote It and The Shining. Also great stories. And that's Rose Matter. Now, these last 2 are a set. And I wish I was able to get the book 1 and 3, but they only had book 2 and 4. And these are both from Stephen King. And it is the part of the Dark Tower series, I want to say. This one is The Drawing of Three by Stephen King. I have not heard of this book. I just happened to see it in the thrift store, and I love Stephen King, so I grabbed it. So this is book 2 of this series. And from what I see in the back, it's a second volume of his Dark Tower series. So this should be really cool to read. And I like it because it says Roland of Gilead has mysteriously stepped through a doorway in time that takes him to 1980s America, where he joins forces with the defiant Eddie Dean and courageous Odetta Holmes. That really caught my attention because my husband was born in 1980. So I like finding books that have like my birth year, my husband's birth year. The other thing that I really liked about this book is every so often it's got really nice artwork in it that correlates with the book. So this will be another that I'll love to enjoy reading. And then this one is book 4 of the same series. And this one is called Wizard and Glass. And this one particularly, it's just this one. It includes an excerpt from book 4, book 5, I'm sorry, this is book 4. Wolves of the Kala. And I love this cover. It looks so cool and dark. And this one is Roland, the last gunslinger, and his band of followers have narrowly escaped one world and slipped into the next. It is here that Roland tells them a long-ago tale of love and adventure, involving a beautiful and quixotic woman named Susan Delgado. With shocking plot twists and driving narrative force, Wizard and Glass brings readers to the midpoint of the series, and leaves them waiting eagerly for the concluding volumes of The Dark Tower. And let's see if I can get to a page. Just like in the other one, it has really cool artwork in it. Let's see. And those are all the books that I've picked up in my thrift store haul. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Don't forget to hit subscribe and then click on the notification bell so you can always be alerted when I put up videos. I try to put my videos up whenever I can, when I'm feeling better, when I'm not sick or going through things. So, excuse me. Sorry about that. So if you have any other book recommendations that you think that I would enjoy reading and you would like to see me do a book review on here, go ahead and comment below and let me know. Also, you can go ahead and check out my Goodreads channel and my Instagram page. They're both Angie's Books 90, all one word together. And yeah, with that saying, see you guys next time. Bye, guys.